With just 16 days to go, we got a good look this week at the historic enthusiasm around this year's high-stakes presidential election. Voters in Georgia came out in droves over the last several days, casting a record number of early ballots. Georgia's Secretary of State praising the massive turnout and the security of the vote, 4 years after Georgia was at the center of an attempt to overturn the election. NBC News White House correspondent Allie Raffa has our Sunday focus from Atlanta.
If you thought Election Day was 2 weeks away, think again. In Georgia and many other states across the country, the election is already underway, thanks to early voting.
I wanted to make sure that I would get my vote in first.
Voters this week in Georgia turning out in record numbers. More than 1.3 million of them casting their ballots in person since early voting began on Tuesday.
I'd rather vote for the one that dodges bullets, not dodges questions.
I've never been a Trump fan, and I think that he's out of control.
The polls showing a tight race between Donald Trump and Kamala Harris.
It's the historic upset. President-elect Joe Biden, the apparent winner in Georgia.
In 2020, President Biden became the first Democrat to triumph in Georgia in nearly 3 decades, winning by a razor-thin margin of 11,779 votes. It led to former President Trump making this infamous call to Georgia's Republican Secretary of State, Brad Raffensperger.
I just want to find 11,780 votes, which is one more than we have, because we won the state.
Raffensperger refused, and the former president was later indicted for that call and other efforts to unsuccessfully overturn the results.
Good evening.
The secretary, who faced death threats in the aftermath, just this week saying Georgians should trust the election there will be free and fair.
Everything that we have done since 2019 has to improve the process, to build trust, and build your confidence in the election cycle.
The state's Republican-controlled election board has attempted 11th-hour changes to the rules, including allowing officials to refuse to certify the results if they have concerns about voter fraud and requiring officials to count millions of ballots by hand. But this week, a Georgia judge blocked the changes, calling them illegal, unconstitutional, and void.
You've seen hundreds of millions of dollars, if not more, go into elections to secure their systems. Voter fraud is exceedingly rare, and when it does happen, it tends to be detected due to the several layers of security controls. It accurately is the voting process.
Chris Krebs was the nation's top election security expert before then-President Trump fired him after Krebs called the 2020 election the most secure ever. He says it's not voter fraud we should be concerned about, but election disinformation.
There is absolutely no question that it has gotten worse since 2020. It will continue through the election.
And he warns Americans should not expect to know immediately who will win the presidency.
It's going to take several days for the final counts to roll in on a number of those critical battleground states. So I suggest everyone really keep an eye on the credible authoritative figures like election officials when it comes to how to vote, how the counting process is going, and how the certification process is going.
And Allie joins me now live from Atlanta. Allie, good morning. So given the disproven conspiracy theories and all those false claims around the last election and now this one, are there concerns again about the security of election workers who give their time to make our democratic process work?
Absolutely, Willie, both from state officials and poll workers themselves. One poll earlier this year found that nearly 40% of election workers say they're facing abuse and harassment. And because of that, more than 90% of election officials have reported stepping up safety measures since 2020, according to a Brennan Center for Justice study. Some of those added measures: armed security, bulletproof glass and doors, panic buttons, and even separate exhaust systems at polling locations in case of white powder scares. Willie?
And again, they are just giving their time to make this process work, and many of them are harassed in the last election at the encouragement of high-profile people. Allie, thanks so much. Fascinating look at that issue. We appreciate it.
Hey, thanks for watching. Don't miss the Today Show every weekday at 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 Pacific on our streaming channel, Today All Day. To watch, head to today.com/allday or click the link right here.